Oakland, California. A city shaped by movement of people, of culture, of resistance. A place where every block tells a story, where every mural is a memory, where history doesn't sit in museums, it rides the bus, walks down International, posts up outside the corner store. But the story of Oakland's redevelopment is a story of friction between power and the people, between profit and memory, between what was, what's still here, and what's trying to push it all away. After World War II, thousands of black families came to Oakland from the South, drawn by shipyard jobs and the promise of something better. They settled in West Oakland, creating a thriving black district, self-contained and strong, filled with churches, mom-and-pop businesses, music clubs, and homes full of pride. This wasn't just a place to live, it was a place to be seen, to be safe, to be whole. Then came the city planners, developers, and federal money. Urban renewal, they called it. But for Black Oakland, it felt like a slow demolition of everything they had built. The Cypress Freeway was laid down like a knife through West Oakland. BART tracks split blocks in half. Eminent domain let the city take homes without giving families a way to stay. Jazz clubs closed, corner stores shuttered. A community that had built itself was broken apart piece by piece in the name of progress. And yet, Oakland resisted. It fought back. The Black Panther Party rose right in the heart of this disruption. Started by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale in 1966, the Panthers weren't just about confrontation. They were about protection and service. They patrolled the streets not to make war, but to make sure the people weren't pushed around by police or the state. They fed thousands of children every morning with their free breakfast program. They opened clinics. They educated their own people. And they did it all in a city where black voices were being buried under concrete and freeway noise. The Panthers were more than politics. They were culture. The style, the stance, the discipline, the pride. They made it clear that the people of Oakland weren't going to disappear quietly, and their influence still echoes today. In every tenant protest, in every neighborhood meeting, in every call to defend the land from being sold off to the highest bidder. In East Oakland, across decades, black and brown communities carved out a different kind of survival. Fruitvale, Jingletown, the Flats, these were neighborhoods built on migration, family, and work. Mexican and Central American immigrants made a home in the Fruitvale district, where markets, murals, and taquerias created a second heartbeat to the town. And even here, redevelopment tried to step in, planning to build a parking garage next to the BART station. The community pushed back, and out of that struggle, the Fruitvale Transit Village was born. One of the few projects designed with, not against, the people. East Oakland was also where car culture came alive in its own way. Not the lowrider scene from LA, Oakland had its own flavor. Car clubs and young cats hit the streets in muscle cars, scrapers, old schools, and candy-painted rides. Became the canvas, the crowd became the chorus. As the decades rolled on, gentrification took new forms. Downtown, once hollowed out and quiet, became a target under Mayor Jerry Brown's 10K plan in the early 2000s. 10,000 new residents, mostly white, mostly wealthy, moved into luxury lofts and condos. Coffee shops, breweries, and art galleries followed. And with them came new tensions. Noise complaints about music, calls to police over barbecues in the park, fights over space that had once belonged to the people. North Oakland, Temescal, and Longfellow transformed almost overnight. Blocks that had been black for generations turned beige and expensive. Homes that once held 3 families became private sanctuaries for tech workers. Displacement wasn't always loud. It crept in through rent hikes, evictions, and the silent pressure of feeling unwelcome in your own neighborhood. But Oakland has never stopped resisting. In Deep East, where the city rarely invests and only shows up to enforce, community efforts have taken root. Gardens in abandoned lots, youth collectives teaching kids how to build bikes, make music, grow food. Organizations like Eastside Arts Alliance and Acta Non Verba create not just programs, but places where culture can survive and evolve. The town's cultural survival depends on memory. And memory in Oakland is active, not passive. It lives in murals and block parties, in the steady rhythm of drum circles at the lake. It lives in the beats of underground studios, in church choirs, in the taste of fried fish on a Friday night. It lives in family photos taped to storefront windows, in graffiti dedications for those lost too soon. Political organizing in Oakland isn't just a moment, It's a continuum. From the Panthers to Moms for Housing, from the freeway protests to the school board showdowns, the people here fight smart and fight loud. They reclaim homes, they block evictions, they shut down council meetings, they feed each other, they protect each other. This city's diversity is not a trend, it's the truth. Black, brown, indigenous, Asian, Arab, Pacific Islander, queer, trans, poor, working class, every community in Oakland has contributed to its rhythm, and every one of them has fought to stay rooted in a place constantly under threat of erasure. Oakland is not a blank canvas. It's already painted, already written, already sung, and no matter how many developers redraw the maps, the people keep rewriting the story. Because Oakland doesn't ask for permission. It tells you what it is, it shows you who it loves, and it fights, always, to be heard.